Hello, radiant light. These are Starseed soul messages. For those of you perhaps that identify as a Starseed, Lightworker, Crystalline, or perhaps newly awakened or awakening. We are always in a process of awakening, but maybe you're in a particular part of your awakening where you're very aware that you are awakening or that you are more awakened. This is really to bring some insight, maybe even comfort and direction. Right now, there is a lot of energy on the planet of uncertainty. A lot of people are saying that they don't feel the direction or they're not hearing the messages from their soul, their higher self, their starseed family, their star family, our star brothers and sisters. Or they are hearing the messages, but what they're hearing, there isn't a way to do whatever they're hearing, the message that they're getting or the action. There seems to be some delay. So we're going to look at each particular group to see what are your particular messages, what is coming through. We're also going to bring in some messages from the crystalline, the crystal people, the rock medicine, because right now the crystals have a lot to say and a lot to share with us. You know, a lot of times we use crystals for a specific form of healing or messages or an intention to help us facilitate something that we want, something that we desire or we need help in. The messages that I've been getting of late are that we need to listen. We need to listen to nature more. We need to stop, to pause, to listen to the rivers, the ocean, the mountains, the trees, the blade of grass. We need to listen to the animal beings. Right now, especially, nature is very active and vibrationally sending out messages, but also sending out messages telepathically and through words. So you may look at a tree or maybe one of your dear crystals that you love and all of a sudden have a thought or think of a person that maybe you need to text or call to clear the air, or they're thinking of you. So right now, you know, a lot of our messages come through dream time. They come through a sign or a symbol that reminds us of something or triggers a memory or a message or an understanding or an insight. So be very aware right now of what the messages are that are coming through. Now, what this requires, though, is that you have to pause and listen. So let's say you're using a particular crystal for something, you know, or even a pair of jewelry that you're wearing. I have jasper, yellow jasper. Hold it or look at it and just pause. You can even ask it, what is the message for me? What do I need to know right now? What do you want to share with me? This is the next level of everyone sharing in through the subtle energy, our insights and our understanding, but it's also about opening up to this, to the interconnectedness of everything and everyone. Call it the hologram and also the holographic aspect of us. We are connected to everything and everyone. There is a place of interconnection where we connect in vibrationally. You know, as we step down in vibration into density, we appear to be solid masses, and we appear to be separate. But in truth, as we extend or expand more into the subtle energy, we can feel and get the interconnectedness. We can feel the connection. We can feel the vibration of that other aspect of us that's taken a different form. So it's time to open up more to this and receive guidance through the hologram, into the holographic, into the cosmic aspect of our being. And there are many determining factors to this that are pointing this, whether it's through astrology, channeled info, numerology, ancient wisdom. The wisdom keepers are going to be coming out more. We're going to hear more wisdom, that people are being quiet. There's a quieting. I've been more quiet on like my Instagram. because I'm listening, I'm observing, I'm opening and allowing so that I can receive the deeper insight or input. I can receive the guidance. So this is about listening, opening up, receiving your messages. Perhaps for some of you, there'll be specific actions to take, guidance, prediction as to what's coming in. For some of you, it could be what I like to call the diagnosis of what's going on, and the prognosis, where is it going, what's coming up, and also the channeled guidance, the insight, the information that will come through. So I'm just going to be opening to see the messages. I got very guided to do this, and it's an honor for me to tune in with you and to connect with you in this way. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across it, I do hope it brings you some comfort, reassurance, clarity, direction, that it brings you what you seek and need in this moment that you found my video. All right, so this is soul story number 1, soul story number 2, and soul story number 3. I'm going to pause here, and there'll be a visual so you can connect in more to the images. Could be 1 or 2 or all of them. See what your inner guidance says and see which cards speak to you and which ones you feel drawn to. If you chose soul story number 1, this stack, the first stack, these are your Starseed Oracle messages and your guidance. So at the top, you've got soul time. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow possibility of new reality to emerge. One that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. Well, that's very interesting, because in the beginning messages, I mentioned about that as we step down in vibration, as we descend, it seems that we're separate. It seems like this is a dense mass and not moving, slowly moving, this corporeal body, corporeal body that at some point becomes a corpse, right? Moves on, but our spirit goes on, and we go into different dimensions, other realities. Some of us go back to our star family, the star system that we're from, the planet. Some of us are subsumed into the all that is. Always an aspect of us is subsumed into the all that is. That energy goes back in. But sometimes we do have another existence, or we are living out or playing out other existences. The message I get for you is soul time, but alone time or on your own time. You may be feeling very burdened right now, or that you've had a lot to do, or you're seeking more help, maybe even a partner or partnership. You have come here to both share your gifts, your knowledge, but also to understand yourself. There might have been a forgetting. A lot of times when we descend into matter, we descend into this earth plane, due to the vibrational shifting, we can forget who we are completely or where we came from. So you may be coming through this great remembering of who you are, a great awakening to the other aspects of your being. The other thing that you've come here to do is to help others in that path of awakening, of remembering the truth of who they are, of the human experience, to how to bring more of the soul, how to bring more of spirit, one's spiritual nature, of the idea of spirit or spiritual essence into the human experience, into the earth experience. So it's both a remembering for you and perhaps helping others to remember also. I feel I'm getting the 5-pointed star with you, that this is about understanding yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. and materially on the planet. So there may be material challenges right now, or financial challenges with what you want to do materially, or more in a 3D level or 3D realm. Again, I'm getting burdens. There could be some things that are going on for you right now that are quite difficult. Or perhaps you feel some constriction or restriction, that you're being restricted in what you want to do. Or the restrictions of the external world are somehow impinging upon you. Okay, let's see what else is coming through. Oh, okay, you got watermelon tourmaline, which is pretty powerful. I do have a watermelon tourmaline here. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, let's put it there. Stress reduction. De-stress your mind, body, and schedule, as you need to rest, recharge, and revive. Yeah. So you, again, what you're doing is very earthed. Many of you may be in a more traditional or conventional job or career, that you're having this awakening, or you've had this awakening, or maybe you've had this other aspect of you that you haven't been able to fully live out yet, which is your starseed aspect of you. For some of you, maybe the visionary, intuitive aspect of you. So that part of you is going to be more activated. It's not that you are off path or track, it's a timing issue. So much of what happens on our soul level, in our soul path, our soul unfolding, has to do with timing. Sometimes time, but timing. It doesn't mean you didn't have this aspect of you. Maybe some of you were aware of this aspect, some of you weren't. Now you are. Some of you are questioning, why wasn't I living this part of me before? Why wasn't this so important? Or now I want a job or a career that brings this part of me more into the forefront. Because what you were doing before in your life needed to be there foundationally. Soul time, the number is a 40. And 40 distills to a 4, which has to do with stability and foundation. So many of you needed a more traditional, conventional, or earthling and earthly accepted foundation and or job or career to then, so a lot of you are working within a system, or the system. Is it the educational system? What is it, a corporation? You're working within a system, but to bring these higher ideals and transcendent aspects of your being, these other ways of thinking and being within the system. You could be what we call a system buster. You could be bridging the old and the new within a specific system. The planetary energy that you're connecting with right now, Saturn, yes, okay, there we go. The part of you that accepts challenge to gain wisdom. Now, Saturn also has to do with limitations and building a strong foundation, working on a structure or working structurally. So I'm reminded of soul time. To me also has to do with time, but timing. Whatever you're asking about, the timing wasn't ready. It wasn't the right time, okay? So Saturn, Chronos, has to do with time. In Greek, it's Chronos. Father time, patriarchy, structure, the masculine aspect. So it has to do with putting things together, organizing, structure. For some of you, could also be, hearing could be something with finance, okay? So you've been held back, and now there might be some impatience because there is this awakening and this opening. Neptune, your fantasies, yearnings, longings, and potential for illusion. Well, this is the dream. You want to live the dream. Many of you are getting messages in your dream, and in your dream state, your naps, meditation, guidance. Or many of you are having dreams you're not understanding, or you're recognizing that you are time traveling, or perhaps even, astral traveling. Maybe you're traveling past, present, future. You're on the astral plane. You're connecting with other dimensional energy. And Neptune, the high vibration of Neptune, is spirit, is spirituality. The lower expression or lower octave is illusion and delusion. But as I believe it was Einstein said, if it's all an illusion, we might as well pick an empowering one. So you're going to be moving into a time where you're going to be choosing what is it that you want to create or co-create. What do you want to believe? Neptune has a lot to do with our beliefs in something more, faith, belief in spirit, God, the all that is, believe in our interconnectedness to everything and everyone, to have faith in something more, something greater, the greater part of you. Also, it has to do with music, pleasure, what uplifts us? What uplifts us? The zodiac sign to connect in was Cancer. The energy is emotional, sensitive, caring, and loving, and may concern family, a mother, or a child. Well, many of you, I feel, have been very emotional. Some of you may have been a bit depressed. You may want to look at how you're nurturing yourself, if you're getting enough rest. You may also want to look at the foods that you're eating, what you're ingesting, what in the media that you're taking in, the messages that you're taking in. You're very open right now, soul story number 1. That's that Neptunian energy. And the house that's being activated is the 6th house, work, health, and duty areas of your life. So your starseed messages is to unburden yourself a little bit, that some things you can save for another day. Maybe make a list of what you want to do and then see what you can accomplish, and then ask yourself, do I really need to do this, or is this a self-imposed limit? Is this a wish list, but I don't have time to do it right now? And get real about what you realistically can do right now. There are guides that are working with you on the other side, and they're saying we have more to share with you, but you need to listen. So you need to create some space, or allow some space to have some downtime to receive the messages of guidance. I don't really feel you're so much confused, soul story number 1. I feel like there just could be time constraints, some kind of limits or constraints in your life at this time, maybe burdens, maybe you need to release, stress, and you have a lot to do. There may be things that you want to do down the road, whether move or moving on from something, or, new job or career, but you have a lot of responsibility in the moment. And so you have to trust in the time of things and timing. And then we got adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. So though you are a teacher, you are learning. As a starseed, we're also learning. We have come in with a lot of information, advanced information, very wise, very conscious, but it's also possible to be less conscious in a certain area. We don't come in with full consciousness or awareness on the earth plane, otherwise we wouldn't vibrationally fit in. We have to be able to learn something, right? So there could be, again, adversity that you're going through, challenges, burdens, it could be financial, but I do feel that you actually are on the right path, right track. It's just that it's a matter of time or timing. Focusing on creativity, leisure activities, more rest, again, doing a wish list or a dream. I want to do this. I want to do this project. I want to do this, but what do I need to do right now? And just finish that. Things will open up is what I'm hearing. There will be more openings. I'm going to get a Moonology card. Look at the cycle. What's coming up? Okay. Oh, too much. Let's see if there's any more. Okay, you got the North. See, that's very powerful. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Well, you did get the Cancer energy. So if there's concerns about your body, your health, wellness, your house or home, again, I feel like, again, this could be foundational stuff that having to do with finance, money, rent, having enough. You are safe. Things will be okay. You and your loved ones are safe. And then you've got the North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. So that, I feel, for some of you that are like to stay very busy, and it may be just allowing some space, even though it doesn't seem right. It seems like, oh, I should be working more, or I should be focusing on this, or I should be looking for a job because this one is ending. I'm hearing Terry, Teresa. I'm hearing Aggie or Agate, Agatha. Agate could be very helpful. Brown banded agate is what I'm hearing, if that makes sense to you. The water tourmaline really helps with stress reduction. It also, to me, reminds me of creativity. You've got the green here for the heart chakra. I hope you can see this. The clear quartz, going to the clear quartz, and then the pink magenta here, which is of the 10th dimension and above, the 10th ray. So this is a lot about doing more for yourself, what feels good for you, taking care of yourself emotionally is the message for you, and also connecting with groups of higher consciousness, soul groups, like-minded individuals, to be fed by like-minded individuals, to connect into your guides. Find out ways, whether through online or reading or classes. I offer classes in this as well, just thought of that. Into connecting in with your guides and understanding your guides, the team that is around you. Some of you are very aware of your spirit guide team. Some of you are very aware of your star family, or you have, we all star families or star seeds. We have mentors, we have teachers, we have guides that help us. We also have other aspects of ourselves that are not fully into this dimension that we can open up to get higher frequency, insight, knowledge, and wisdom. These parts of us that have incarnated on the earth many, many times. So you have many aspects of yourself. Everyone does. Starseeds are usually just more aware of that. So open up and listen. Listen to the guidance that's coming in, but you have to get quiet and de-stress. Okay, oh, look at this, you got. So dreaming, so again, daydreaming, meditation, but especially pay attention to your dreams and daydreams. If you can, take time out from your day, maybe it's on a weekend, to just take a nap and daydream. Journal your hopes, your dreams, your fears, journal it out. Be very aware of your nighttime dreams as well, because you're going to be receiving insightful revelations. But I'm clearly hearing from your particular star family, your starseed team, and they're telling me you've always had this, you've always had a busy mind, and it suited you. Some of you could be very research, scientist, you could write a lot, you could be great communicators, you think a lot, you think very quickly, and they're saying that is your gift, but it also can be your downfall. So that's one of the things that you're learning. Now, you came here with this gift because you can synthesize a lot of information, kind of, like a computer mind, but you have to let it idle right now through dreaming, daydreaming, meditation, because they have insightful revelations for you. There are going to be some revelations that help you on your path, okay? I'm also hearing that some of you, your sleep could be, due to worry or concern, your sleep patterns could be disrupted. And they're saying, look outside, look at the stars, look at the moon, connect in with the dark. You may even want to close your blinds or something and have the room really dark, cool and dark. And it's almost like a womb energy there, because you're going to be coming out. It's very interesting. You've got the kind of this flower, this lotus, where she's coming out. So this could be a time of going deeper within, because you are very busy externally, okay? And some of you may not be busy yet, but I'm feeling like very, very awake, aware, but also kind of like the body could be more tired right now, because you have a lot to do. You're processing a lot. You're doing a lot. Starseed mission. You have been sent from higher dimensions to assist Gaia. So whatever field you're in, whatever you're doing, you are here to assist Gaia, Mother Earth. You are here to assist on this earth plane in the way that using your gifts and what you've learned and what you know and what you've brought in. But you also have to take care of your physical body. You have to take care of your mental, emotional body. Again, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, and the material aspect of you. Even though you come from beyond the earth and through the heavenly, the universal, the cosmic, it's still you have physical, material concerns, earthly concerns. And so you're being guided to integrate that. That's the 6th house, the body, your routine. Something will be changing with your routine and what you're doing to support. So you're learning how to move through the earth plane, even though with your expanded awareness and consciousness, that you too are learning, and that you will get through this next passage through support and help of like-minded individuals and your own spirit team, your starseed mentor or mentors, if you will. All right, I hope this brought you some insight and understanding. And I really look forward to connecting with you further. If you feel a resonance, I'd love you to subscribe if you haven't already. Get the notifications and let me know how you're doing and how this reading unfolds for you in the comments. Much peace, love, and soul light. Hello, if you chose soul story number 2, these are your messages. The first thing I'm hearing with you, soul story number 2, is sparkle and shine. And you're here to create, you're here to share so much of you. The first card on the top is passion, but the number above is 34. So this has a lot to do with your spiritual essence. I feel like you literally are living very high vibes, and that you impart spiritual understanding or knowledge to people. You've come in as an inspirer. You have had many lifetimes on many different dimensions, different planetary experiences. And what your Starseed team wants you to know, and there's a particular guide, I'm getting more of a male aspect. Of course, it's more androgynous, but the male aspect that's coming through has to do about extending out into the world with your gifts. And I do feel there could be a lot of you are artists, different kinds of artists, musicians, creatives. What they're saying is, okay, tune to the frequency of C. Some of you D, E, F, C. Or even your voice could be at the tune or tone of C. Use your voice, passion, let your joy and passion be your guide, especially coming up in the upcoming years, okay? You're coming into a very pivotal time or point of your life where there is going to be more opening, more passion, more creativity. Some of you, there's a very important relationship that's coming in, a fellow starseed, a brethren, someone that is particularly from your soul group, that there's going to be a lot of resonance between the two of you, and you're meant to do something creatively in the world together, okay? So you've got passion. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. So the caution here for you, the messages, is not to get burnt out, not to have burnout, and not to overdo. So you're going to be coming into very energetic, lot of vitality, a lot of creative energy, a lot of ideas, and you're also going to be attracting people that support you. Now, you're at a critical juncture. So this is a timeless reading. So whenever you're seeing this, that there's going to be people that are sent to you or that you meet along the way that are going to be part of your new soul group or soul community on this dimension. They're part of your soul group, but they're going to be part of your community. Many of you are going to be working more in community is what I'm hearing. Relationship, very, very important at this time for you. Okay, we have a message that's going to be coming in from the rose quartz and citrine. So I'm going to put them here. They want to speak. Your abundance comes from what you love. Connecting into the crystalline grid. Connecting in through nature. So following your true nature is going to be beneficial or helpful for you. Many of you have been healing or clearing emotionally from past relationships, past situations. You're come to a point where you have much more love and compassion for yourself, and you're willing to take a chance now on some of the dreams, the goals, the messages that you have or that you've been receiving. Your abundance, to live that abundance, the abundance. So it's an opening, a portal that brings you a lot of clarity, but also living much more, for some of you, the word I'm hearing is opulently. So something is really opening. Let's see if we get more messages here. Okay, you've got the Gemini in the zodiac sign cards. The energy is communicative, mischievous, lively, witty, and informative, stimulating exchange. So this is telling me, again, a lot to do with people, communication, groups, online communities, in person, people. This is a time for an accelerated experience of you with a lot of people, dealing with people. Relationships of all kinds are being highlighted. So if you've been kind of solo for a while, or you feel like there's been a relationship drought or not much has been happening, you're about to get activated with heartfelt connections. Many of you have come here to work a lot through the heart chakra, solar plexus and the heart chakra, and work with spirit or the spirit realm. I do feel that a lot of you are gifted teachers, healers. Some of you are working with children, or perhaps you could even be working with publishing or blog, or maybe you're going to be just posting more on social media. You have a wide variety of what you can do. Okay. Calcite. Okay, what did I say? Busy times and multitasking. Take charge of your schedule during this busy time and honestly assess your underlying reason for being busy. Okay, so the caution here for your Starseed messages is not to just be busy, to be over busy, and to not connect in with you, to keep that very soft, heartfelt connection, the vulnerability aspect of you. But this is telling me also that it's just going to be a very, very, very busy time. Okay, and calcite can help. I mean, there's green calcite for the heart or heart chakra. Blue calcite helps with sleep. Some of you are just going to be even waking up at night because you have some great ideas. There's passion and vitality and people to be passionate about. For some of you, I'm hearing that, again, this brings in a very important relationship and or lover or multiple lovers. It's all about love and loving what you do, doing what you love, being around people that you love. I feel like you're coming into a whole new level where even with friends, it's like, I love you. You've really shifted a lot in the heart center. Earth was really difficult for you, very jarring, and you had kind of held your heart back. They're telling me you were very open and heartfelt and very compassionate, but also held yourself back to not feel as much. And that is a common thing with a lot of us starseeds, is we have a different emotional blueprint and wiring. We have a different electromagnetic wiring, and definitely in the emotional aspect. it's almost like a surgeon sometimes going in. I mean, we can be very open, and part of it is because we're very empathic. We feel a lot. And we in the earlier part of us incarnating here, there is sometimes a we feel too much. We feel so much that we're in this protection mode. So I feel that's something that you've been going through. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So again, you're moving into this really heartfelt energy, or you already have been. Love, gratitude, loving, appreciation, gratefulness. These are higher vibration aspects of you. So some blocks have been cleared is what I'm hearing. And that's going to open you up to a new level of abundance where you might have feared vulnerability before. You might have feared earthly love, kind of getting in the nitty gritty, dirty, with love. And what I mean with that is the emotional aspect of it, being hurt, win, lose, all these things that play out on the earth plane that you had to experience that was very jarring to you and very foreign. But you had to do it to have the resonance to be able to have more of a fullness of your soul expression. Okay, and you've got the moon card here and the planet cards. Your unconsciousness, sensitive, inner emotions and responses. Yeah, so your lunar nature you're connecting more to, which I find it very interesting because I'm doing this on the eve of the new moon. Well, 3 days before, which is very powerful. And this new moon is in Libra. So it highlights all about relationship, relating, ruled by Venus, our values, love, what we love, how we love, the whole idea of love. And I really feel soul story number 2, there's just so much opening up for you. You're in touch with your lunar nature. You're in touch with your emotions. But you're understanding or funneling it as a starseed. So you're really starting to blend or mesh the earthly part of you, the human and the starseed. Now, that can be very challenging, especially with some people being a walk-in. You have a different, body taken over a body from someone that has left, or sharing a same vehicle. But also as a starseed, whether you're a walk-in or just, a starseed, you have the earthly, the human programming and aspect, and a lot of times those can be in conflict. They don't resonate as well. There can be a lot of dissonance, like the memories and the upbringing and the training and the socialization, the entrainment on the earthly level, the earthling level is saying one thing. The societal programming is there, but then you have this very strong mission, this starseed mission, this soul-connected mission. You're very connected to your soul. And it's like, which one do I go for? So these parts of you are kind of misaligned, where you're coming into a time of alignment. And that's also Gemini, is duality. So these parts of you, the earthling, starseed parts of you, are starting to come together more. You're really starting to get a handle of these parts of you, and how can you harmonize or bring them together. Some of you may be writing about this or opening even more to channeled information. The other planetary card you got was Jupiter, your confidence, courage, self-belief, and luck. This is what I'm saying. This is a time of expansion for you. The messages for you are really validating where you are and honoring where you are, having appreciation. I'm hearing this, oh my God, this high-pitched sound in my ears and this celestial like symphony or orchestra that's coming through. It's like, so you're going to be getting in touch more with your frequency, your particular sound. Some of you may be working with sound or opening up to sound more, sounding off, sounding, working with wavelength and sound. So working with the energetics of your life. That will help you process and move through. So you're getting, even though you got Gemini, which rules the local mind, there's a lot with the mental realm. You could be very quick discerning things and picking up things. But it's also saying that you need to go beyond the little mind, the local mind, beyond beta consciousness. And then for the house cards, the card that the area of your life that will be most activated is the 7th house. The area of your life is about long-term significant partners, romantic, business, or family. So just what I was receiving. So I do feel a lot of Pleiadian energy. It could also be Arcturus. Sirius is what I'm hearing. But I feel like, again, this is your time for everything, that this wholeness that you've come into, this expansion. This is about connecting in with other people. Different business relationships. Some of you could be starting a family, or I feel like if you have children, those of you that will have children or want to have children, they're going to be, because you're creating, they're very advanced, but they will allow to retain that advanced starseed connection and status, so to speak, that awakening. They'll be allowed to awaken more because of how you are, you and your partner. Or some of you could be on your own with a child, but because of your consciousness, your vibrational frequency, and all the inner work, all the work that you've done, that they don't lose this connection to source, to spirit. They don't lose their starseed connection. I would say also expansion in money is what I'm hearing, resources. Many of you are becoming much more psychic, much more clairvoyant. Many of you are able to feel what's happening. You may not yet be able to interpret it, but you're feeling a lot right now. Let's see, what else? What messages? This is really, I'm hearing a confirmation for where you're at and where you're going is what I'm hearing, okay? It's a confirmation for you where you're at. And they said that, no, your path is becoming very clear. The starseed message for you is your path is becoming very clear. You're starting to see things very clearly, starting to make choices with that Gemini energy, which also rules the Lovers and Tarot. So you're letting your passion guide you, your joy, your passion, what brings you emotional fulfillment. Those of you that have asked, where is this relationship? Very soon, again, this is a timeless tune in, but whenever you're seeing this, the relationship is there. It's already there. I'm hearing etherically they are somehow near you, maybe even just energetically. A lot of you may notice that you're attracting more people, maybe people from your past coming back, old flames, old loves, relationships, new people. There's just much more of an activation for you on the relationship level. Rebirth, wow, that says it all. So in the Aboriginal dream cards, you got rebirth. So many of you may be seeing a lot of butterflies, moths, bats, wherever you're at, rebirth. So you've already gone through the change, the transformation. You're in the rebirth cycle. Beautiful. Let's look at the Moonology. I'm bringing in my crystals more because they've really been speaking to me and saying that they want to be more in the reading. Oh, wow. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. So this is having the confidence to follow your passion, your desire. This is, many of you are empaths. Many of you have come in with a highly attuned connection to energy, to the energetics of a person, of a situation. So you need to reclaim that. That is part of what you've learned from your planetary, other planetary existence, is a lot from the sacral chakra being activated, the creativity, reproduction. You are creators. You've come here to help co-create or create into this new emerging consciousness, bringing higher values, higher vibrational insights and energy into the planet through creativity, self-expression, creative means. So you are highly creative, highly activated. Whatever creativity means to you. Oh wow, look at this. Wow, wow. Atlantis, past lives, crystal master. Number 34, again, connecting in. You've got 34 here. So this is about connecting up through the 7th chakra. This is about connecting into spirit, yourself as a spiritual being. So even though you've had other planetary lifetimes, galactic, cosmic, other planetary lifetimes as a starseed, you are still understanding that you are spirit. Spirit takes many shapes and forms. So you're connecting more into your divine essence, your spiritual aspect. Many of you understand that just because you've come from another planetary, existence, that's like somebody came from France or, England, or somebody came from Russia, or somebody Canada or the United States, or came from a state in the United States or Puerto Rico, right? So we have to understand that being a starseed, that's just like another city or state, it's another state, another country, but you know that. So you're really connecting in beyond just your starseed roots or connection, beyond the galactic. You're connecting in with source energies, healing light source energies, the infinite God, the all that is. And you're weaving that together. Many of you, Kundalini yoga would be really good for you. Work Qigong, Tai Chi, working even with fire. If you want to be a fire dancer, lighting candles, incense. If you have the space, have a fire pit. The fire really helps generate you. Also, the sun is what I'm hearing. But you do have a lifetime, I'm hearing, in Atlantis. You are a builder. You are a creator. You're bringing in crystal information. Many of you may work with crystals or do jewelry where you're bringing in crystals or stones, gems, gemstones. You may want to get citrine and also rose quartz. What a lovely, because the citrine, a lot to do with abundance and manifestation, but then you've got it from the heart. So what's coming in for you is this amazing heart-connected love, or something that you love, projects, a person, situation, life, lifestyle, but you're high-level manifesting. So there's a lot to do with manifesting. Manifesting from the divine is what I'm hearing. You're manifesting from the divine. Okay, any other message for you? Manifesting from the divine. You're blowing it out of the water, Starseed group number 2. You're blowing whatever it is. It's your passion, your purpose. You're really on fire. Going to be a very, very busy time for you, of a lot of creativity, sharing, activity, love. Many of you could be traveling with someone. You're bringing in higher frequency energy, higher vibrational frequency energy, and some kind of, maybe even for some of you, a new device or a new way of working. A lot coming up for you, manifesting through the divine, the cosmic aspect of you. All right, Radiant Soul Light, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really just want to say thank you for all that you do. I wish you so much peace, love, and soul expression, and just follow that divine inspiration. That inspiration will allow you to move into inspired action. Hello, soul story number 3. These are your Starseed Oracle messages. So I first of all heard, it's not a matter of time, it's a matter of timing. So you're really connecting in more energetically. There's a realignment that's taking place. Perhaps realignment of purpose is what I'm hearing. I'm also hearing cutting through. So let's look at this. Aragonite wants to come in and speak. One of my fave stones right now. I mean, all of them are my favorite. This is about feeling safe on the planet, but also cutting through. This is about using your energy, utilizing your energy, using your energy, utilizing your energy. So it's really about you understanding energy flows and what is mutually beneficial, what is reciprocal for you energetically, what works for you. Now, interesting, the card that you chose at the top is synergy, which has all to do with energy and is so important in the new paradigm, in the new earth, that we understand synergy, mutually beneficial energy, reciprocity, being able to not just initiate, but also to receive. So reciprocity is really key for you, the idea of receiving. And I also feel like there could be a lot of heart energy or heart healing that's taken place, like you've really been healing from a lot of perhaps past disappointment and or wounding. But many of you are harnessing this energy. There's a lot of harnessing your wisdom and the energy from learning lessons. Some people thinking about you from the past. So there's a lot to do with clearing up your past also is what I'm hearing. So the card Synergy, which is 41, and it distills to a 5. So it has to do with having a firm foundation, but being able to really stretch out there into the world. So you maybe feel right now the Starseed activation for you is to connect into the adventure explorer aspect of you. Change is coming up, a lot of change, new directions, and new ways of expressing yourself as a Starseed, as a being, as a light worker. The frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning. Kind of just what I said, what I channeled. New ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. So again, this stepping out, cutting through, having the vitality, having the energy to do what it is that you want to do. This, we're going to see what the messages are. What are the messages? I am here to help you stand out and to stand alone. You don't have to do it all alone or on your own. We are here to help you. Okay, so there's a lot of help in the earth realm through humans, but also your starseed family, the collective. Okay, let's see what else comes up for you. Leo, the energy is flamboyant, dramatic, proud, and passionate. It focuses on the importance of self-belief. So this is, you're here to on your own. So there's something about that you're meant to extend out into the world. Now, is this you going for, believing in yourself, but also going for a higher position, a raise, something where you're extending out, where you're going to get some kind of acclaim or recognition for the way you see things, believe or do things. Some of you, this could be a promotion. Some of you, this could be, maybe you've been working in a subordinate or assisting, but now you want to also do something on your own. And I'm reminded, look at the colors here, they're very similar. It's a lot to do with you being connecting to the root chakra and also the earth star chakra. So feeling much more comfortable, safe, and connected on the earth plane with your ability to shine. Maybe some of you are Leo or have Leo prominently in your chart or something in the 5th house, but this has to do with you shining your ability to step forward. The house that's activated, the 8th house. This transformational era of your life is about shared resources and intense emotions. Well, to me, it's also the occult. So this is, again, has to do with the way you see things or interpret. It has to do with deeper, meaningful connections. I'm really hearing from the Starseed connection of you that you're getting guided or helped from your spirit team to feel safer in revealing yourself, more about yourself, to be more transparent, and to connect in with deeper, meaningful relationships. You don't want to gloss things over. Some of you, this has to do with something that you're doing individually where you're coming out somehow. but with these deep ideas. You could be working with transcendent experiences somehow. The house card, the second house, your assets, finances, and things that you value. Well, what's interesting in astrology, the second and eighth house are opposites. They complement. So this is about beliefs. Again, second house has to do with yourself as a resource, believing in yourself, your values, what you value, and other people's money is the eighth house, and other people's contribution energetically to you. The second house is your contribution to yourself and to others. So there is something for many of you, like maybe it's like, okay, now I'm doing this and I want to charge. I want to receive a financial income from what I do. Well, if that's the question, the time is now. Can you? Yes, you can. The planetary energy you're connecting with is Vesta, the goddess within, your sacred spiritual center and quiet dignity. So Vesta also guards the insights and understanding of a spiritual level. They also the sacred sites. So there is something about spirit or your spirituality. I think many of you are transitioning into perhaps more of a spiritually based business, sharing your gifts, but how do I do that and succeed in the outer world? And also some of you wanting to do more with others. You don't want to do everything all on your own. Some of you, this brings in some very important relationships that are going to help you with the 3D earth financial kind of things with life, in life. You got the card of acceptance. Acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Well, for some of you, I feel like you've tried to fit in and you haven't been able to fit in with a certain group or a certain idea of yourself, or somebody had some kind of idea. And so I feel like you are accepting yourself more. And even if you have to wait a bit, you're looking and opening more to, on a feeling level, situations that are much more synergistic, which means you're opening more to synchronicity. Then you got ametrine, balancing masculine and feminine energies. Allow your feminine side to creatively inspire you and your masculine side to give you the confidence. Again, confidence. You have 3 cards about confidence and belief in yourself. The Leo card, ametrine, and the second house. And I also feel acceptance. So what I feel like you're understanding from the mother, father principle of the universe is how to be receptive and then follow through on your ideas. I do feel that your time is here, okay? Your time is now. And so I feel like whatever it is you're focused on right now, you are willing now to draw that in. There's not only the desire, it's a strong desire, but also the belief that you can have what it is that you want. So many of you kind of held back. You somehow have been held back in your life, and that is lifting. That restriction is lifting. I also feel like there was a veil, like you were shielded from the fullness of you expressing more fully. Now, some of you, this could be some kind of contracts coming, marriage, the divine union coming together. This could be, look, and you've got Mother Nature's balance. So again, talking about the balancing masculine and feminine energies. I'm also called to some people that could identify more in the sense of trans, or just more undifferentiated. Fluid is what I'm hearing, okay? And you're accepting that in yourself. Like you're having to less identify as this way, an A or a B, or I do this and I do this. Some of you, it could be in your gender identification, sexual identification with that 8th house. Some of you, it could be in what you do in your life or how you see yourself. There is something different. Like you could be very feminine on the outside, what we would term, traditionally, but then maybe kind of leather and lace, maybe dress very masculine or reverse. So I feel like you're playing around with your sense of style. And I mean style in the truest sense, like what best reflects you, your mood, your beingness. There is something about how you dress, how you come across, how you speak. Some of you could be changing how you dress, or your house could be changing to reflect a certain aspect of you. There is this idea again of androgyny, fluidity, not being caught up in roles so much. So this could be, again, you're breaking some stereotypic roles, whether they're gender roles, the idea of sex or sexuality, is it the stay-at-home dad and the mom goes to work, or, whatever. There's something with roles. There's something with breaking of roles and breaking of norms. And that's acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things I cannot change. So you're giving yourself more room to grow and to express as you naturally are, as you natally are, your natal soul energy, the energy that you incarnated in. Sister stories. Okay. So there could be something, I'm getting a lot of deep healing, sexual healing. I'm getting a lot with, there could have been some form of abuse you're healing from, and maybe you're helping others. You're giving voice. Is it to women, to female? Is it just to people in general? Is it a specific group where you may be even writing your story? A biography, someone may want to do an autobiography, or you're telling your story, is it on a podcast or social media? But I also get somebody with a lot to do with groups, like women's stories, women's healing. Look at this. I just saw this. Ancestral stories. So you are, oh, I see. Okay, let me go back. All right, Aragon. Okay, I see where this is going. Wow, beautiful. So you are a storyteller, a wisdom keeper. You are helping others with their story. You are transforming through your story. Some of you could really like history. Now, what do you want to know? Okay, what do you want to say to me? You're here to help with the new story of Earth. You're here to create the new story. Wow. Okay, so this whole idea of balance for you, Soul Stories Starseed Group 3. So there is something about history and the ancestral stories, your own story, family story, that is very important. But what you came here to work with the stories, with the beliefs, with the deep emotional content. That's the 8th house, is what I'm hearing from Aragonite. But what you're going to be doing is creating new stories. Like this is the group that maybe writes the story of the little girl that grows up and becomes an astronaut. I mean, I know this sounds cliche-ish, but we need these new stories. So you're living out these new stories, kind of busting through these old paradigms and myths. You're updating them by how you live. But many of you, this is actually writing or teaching. It could be through books or speaking, or actually working with people or children, or a lot of you either right now already do this work, or you're going to be. This can also be the story of those that maybe had, addiction and have a support group. So support groups are really important for you right now, whether for yourself and or others, or starting your own. Some of you, I am hearing that part of your mission, your Starseed mission on Earth, is to have these kinds of groups, and kind of official, it's like you might have in the United States, 5013 or 503, nonprofit, or go in, working within with at-risk youth, or prisons, or school system, or corporations, where you're bringing in this information. But a lot of you are working with the area of sex regeneration, gender. Again, breaking down these norms or old stereotypes, could be even racially. Could be, there's just a lot, but you've come in with a very strong focus and mission in this. And many of you've had to live this out. And this is about feeling safe to accept yourself. So Aragonite really wants to help you with this and is saying, I am here to help you feel safe being you. I'm here to help you help others to feel safe and be safe. I'm here to help. You're helping with the wounding. Now this is root chakra. I feel root and first and second chakra. So root and sexual, reproductive. So some of you, this is feeling safe to reproduce yourself and through children, through healing, sexual abuse, mental emotional abuse, but abuse that did stunt your self-expression of yourself, the synergy to bring these parts back together, but also to reproduce yourself in the world. In other words, when we create something, when we write something, when I'm doing this reading, I'm reproducing myself. I'm activating all chakras, lower, higher, all of them, but also the sacral chakra, the kundalini, because I'm tapping in creatively and I'm opening myself up to be vulnerable as I am, to express myself through this reading. So you're healing something deep inside so that you can express yourself through what you do, how you do what you do. It doesn't matter if you're a lawyer or a teacher, how do you do it in your own way? So the gift that you're getting right now is a deep level of self-acceptance, accepting yourself, your gifts, all of you, how you are, however you term yourself, however you think of yourself and the situations around. So this is also about connecting in, your spiritual knowing. A lot of you have a knowing. It might unnerve people how much you know, or you might have knowing looks, like people can't fool you. I'm just hearing your parent, you can't be fooled. Be bold and make the first move. That's it. Being bold, being you out there in the world, Leo. Shining, creativity, stepping forward in your life now. But powerful. A lot of you helping deep healing, wounding, deep healing, healing your ancestor wound, getting to know your ancestral stories, passing on the stories, passing on the Mother's Nature's balance. I'm just getting this new kind of rearranging of your energy. This could be healing the divine feminine and passing on the stories of our culture or cultures. Okay, the Starseed Oracle card, you got Cosmic Ocean, travel to deeper depths, the shadow, transformation. That's the 8th house. So a lot of you, this is about your deep, deep healing, what no one wants to say or talk about. Deep transformation, working with your healing guides. Some of you, your guardian angels, the angelic realm, working with the starseed connection, your starseed roots. I'm just hearing also the family, familia, to work with the cultura, your culture. But then you're breaking those stereotypes and those norms. So you may be seen differently than your family. They may see you different. They may see you differently. You may feel different from how you were raised or where you grew up or your family of origin or where you grew up. And you're seeking to live somewhere else but you have to accept. There's a part of you that resonates wherever you find yourself. But you may feel very different from where you grew up, how you grew up, or you may feel very different from where you are now, and you're seeking a new environment, and that will be coming. Syrian Starseed, emotional cleansing, light of Sirius. Well, I mentioned Sirius in the beginning of the reading, and again, 8th house. Sirius is also the dog star. It has to do with being of service. letting your light shine and doing emotional cleansing. That's the 8th house. So you may want to do a lot of emotional cleansing, repatterning. I do that kind of work individually in group. Also, I do have that you can copy and paste a 5-step emotional clearing process. You can go to my website, soulplayground.life, copy and paste it. If you want to do the more advanced version, there you can go to, I think it's Soul Support. There is an MP3 5-step emotional clearing process, but this is the time to clear and heal those deeper roots. I'm hearing a lot to do with life and giving life and birth, the whole birth. So some of you could have some issues around your birth. I think we're saying like the moon cycle, you know, the moon time, menstrual cycle. There's whether you're in a male or female body, there's a very strong connection to the feminine aspect of your being. And you came here to work more energetically with the divine feminine and divine masculine, those energies, to get beyond the stereotype or the limiting of the divine masculine and feminine, how we identify, how we experience and express divine masculine and divine feminine, what that means. I do feel like many of you are part of the ones that will be redefining this for us, that idea of matriarchy and patriarchy. There's something new that is emerging that isn't here yet. So you are meant to just be bold, be assertive, be expressive, and follow the energy. Be in connection with what is synergistic. Synergy and synchronicity are your guide. All right, Radiant Soul Light, I wish you so much peace, love, and inspired action. And please let me know how this reading unfolds for you. Take good care and shine bright.